Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin in Samarkand. After addressing the summit earlier, the two are expected to discuss issues of strategic ability, the situation in the Asia-Pacific, and bilateral ties within the United Nations and the G20. India's partnership is crucial for Russia. The world's largest democracy and a key Quad member has maintained close ties with the United States and the West, while also strengthening ties with Russia amid the Ukraine war. New Delhi has refused to take sides in that ongoing conflict, much to the dismay of the West. India has abstained from United Nations votes on the Russian assault on Ukraine. The country has instead called for a diplomatic solution to the crisis. India's imports of Russian oil have soared since the Russia-Ukraine war began. And let's get more on this now from our correspondent Siddhant Sibbal, who is with us from Samarkand.
It has been a hectic day here in Samarkand. We saw the summit earlier today, which has concluded with handing over of presidency to India. We know the Samarkand declaration has also been released, where of course there has been call for an inclusive government in Afghanistan. More details are awaited when it comes to Samarkand declaration. But by and large, it was Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech that, of course, has been the focus area as well, given that India is the incoming president of the grouping. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi focused on three key points. He talked about the need for transit routes, which, of course, is a message to Islamabad, which, of course, has been blocking India's connectivity to its west. The second, of course, is on basically the food crisis globally. The Indian Prime Minister emphasized on the use of millets and also proposed a festival on millets. The third, of course, and the most interesting has been the fact that the Indian Prime Minister mentioned about Ukraine conflict and the COVID pandemic having its impact on the supply chains. That, of course, is something that has been having its impact essentially when it comes to the price rise as well. But largely these three key points were the outcomes, perhaps many would say, from the Prime Minister's speech. We also saw other leaders, the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Chinese President Xi Jinping, congratulating India for the presidency. And the Chinese President even said that they support India's SCO presidency. So a lot of things on the ground, but also Prime Minister's key bilaterals. The Indian Prime Minister had a bilateral with the Turkish President, which is seen as a breakthrough, given the relationship between the two countries has essentially not been doing very well because of the comments made by Erdogan on Kashmir in past few years. With video journalist Siddhant Sibbal for WION in Samarkand, Uzbekistan.